This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good evening, Philippines. Maayong gabi sa Tibok Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, up to Sabah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Ako po si Eric Espina at ito ang inyong nag-iisang republika. Kagabi po ay kakatapos lang po ng ikalimang State of the Nation address ni President Noynoy Aquino. At tulad ng dati, merong mga sumasang-ayon, merong hindi naman sumasang-ayon, merong mga natutuwa at meron din namang naglulugmok sa tabi. Sa gabing ito po ay gusto po nating magkaroon ng iba namang perspektiba at alamin natin kung ano naman ang point of view ng isang magiting na senador. Walang iba kung hindi si Senator Antonio SONNY Trillanes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Eric, and
Yes.
good evening to all of your televiewers.
Yes. Okay, alam niyo po nandun kayo sa Batasan Pambansa kagabi kasi nakita kayo sa camera, no? Ang gusto pong malaman ng ating sambayanan ay yung personal ninyong pananaw, yung reaksyon ninyo. That was a 1 hour and 30 minutes, so some people put it at a 1 hour and 35-minute speech. So, your first knee-jerk reflections on the speech of the president.
I can say that the first part was informative. It was the first time that most of our countrymen have heard of the specific accomplishments of the Aquino administration the past 4 years. Now, having said that, we were still looking for some elements in his State of the Nation address, like the status of the energy situation in the country, and the plans to address the energy crisis.
Yes.
So, importante po yan sa ating mga kababayan. And another problem that sana na sabi niya at nahimay niya is the problem of rising cost of basic commodities, the transport fares, electricity, and gasoline. So, yan, for the next 2 years, the public would want to see some light at the end of the tunnel kasi napakahirap po ng buhay ngayon.
Alam niyo, Senador, sa column ko, yan rin ang tatlong mga, I would say, bread and basket issues na tinalakay ko na talagang parang, if I might say so, nakabuka yung bibig ng sambayanan at naghihintay na masubuan ng mga ganitong mga datos patungkol sa kuryente, sa tubig, sa mga pangunahing bilihin. Kayo na po mismo ang nakapansin. And usually, when the State of the Nation address is being crafted, it takes a lot of departments and a lot of heads to put this together in order for the President to officially accept what he would like to say on the State of the Nation. Sa palagay ho ninyo, saan ho, bakit ho parang this was like a big elephant inside the room? Bakit hindi ho napansin ng palasyo ito at hindi naibigay sa Pangulo?
I think the communications group of Malacanang had one specific purpose for this State of the Nation address, which is try to win back people who had started to form doubts about his tuwid na daang program as a result of the DAP issue.
Yes.
So, they wanted to focus on trying to win them over.
Okay.
So, ganon. Prior to that, nakita, bumaba yung
Rating.
ng presidente.
Oo.
So, they want to arrest that. They want to come up with something moving, something convincing, so that they can hold on to their base.
Oo.
And avoid further deterioration of their numbers.
Aha.
So, yun ang naging focus. Kasi, if they started discussing about that, baka lalong mapasubo sila. Kasi they wouldn't even know how to address it, especially at this point. So, yun ang dilemma nila.
Pero sa binanggit ninyo, it only shows they should have consulted you. I mean, you noticed it. You come from the Senate. You're not in the palace. You're not in the communications group. Somebody should have rang you up and said, Senator Trillanes, these are the talking points of the President. You know, you have been there out in the hustings. In fact, doing part of our job. Let's face it. You're doing a good job also at speaking on behalf of the President. But maybe can you help us a little bit and see where we can add in the SONA? Mukhang hindi nila ginawa yun. At as I said, although mahalaga din yung DAP, pero kuryente, basic commodities, di ba? Tubig, pamasahe.
So, alam nyo kasi, ang naging problema natin, since day one, we elected a president who never admitted that he prepared at all for the presidency.
Yes.
Gusto kasi ng Pilipino yung niro-romanticize yung presidency.
Okay.
The more reluctant daw yan, mas maganda raw yan kasi hindi nag-aambisyon. No, that's ridiculous. In developed countries, hinihimay yung mga kandidato pagka-presidente kasi kailangan sila prepared,
Okay.
Intellectually, emotionally, psychologically, even spiritually. Kasi it's a long grind. And kailangan mapagpreparan mo yung mga problema, iba't ibang problema ng bansa para pagdating doon, you hit the ground running.
I hope the people are listening to what you're saying, ha? Kasi napakahalaga po ng sinasabi ni Senator Trillanes. I mean, that whisked right through us as if it was, just words and statements. But mahalaga po yung sinasabi ninyo na hindi ho ang presidency na para bang babae na sinusuyo natin na, sige na, magpresidente ka. That's a very important point. He has to be prepared for the job.
And he must want it. He must want to lead the country. Kasi ang pinipili natin, leader
Oo.
Ang leader he steps up to the plate.
Okay.
And lead his people to that vision he set forth.
Okay.
So kung reluctant kasi, pagdating, sige, ako na, hindi niya ngayon alam, He didn't even set a vision for the country or what he wants his country to be 6 years after assuming office. So wala hong ganun kasi nga gusto natin yung reluctant daw. Ganyan po ang nangyari. Kaya, since day one, yung governance by propaganda, by press release, ganun po ang nangyari. Wala hong mga substantial reforms na ipinatupad. Kasi dapat 4 years into the administration, dapat lahat ng mga sinimulan mo should be bearing fruits at this juncture of your administration.
You opened the door, Senator Trillanes. I just can't help it, as a media man, as a broadcast journalist. You said the presidency is an office you have to be prepared for. Nagsunog ka ng kilay, sa madalit sabi. Ngayon, merong mga kaisipan sa pangkaraniwang tao, napaghahalal tayo ng vice presidente. Kailangan, anyway, pang vice presidente lang yan. Would you agree with me if I say this, that yung hinahalal natin pang vice presidente, dapat pang presidente na rin?
Dapat ho.
Diba? Hindi yung, pang vice presidente, kahit sino pwede dyan. Would you agree with me in that?
Dapat ho, yung hayahalal mong vice presidente should ready to assume the presidency at a moment's notice. Kasi ganun po ang mangyayari dyan. Kasi yun nga, hindi natin hinihimay, yung mga polisiya. Sa atin lang, ang tinitingnan natin, yung advertisement, yung pangalan ng apelyido ng kandidato, or yung mga circumstances, yun nga, niro-romanticize natin na gusto natin, ito nadaya, itong kandidato, siguro kailangan bumawi tayo at ihalal natin. Hindi po ganyan, kaya nagkakawindang-windang po yung ating bansa. Kasi hindi natin dinidiscuss kung ano bang plano mo, paano mo ibababa yung presyo ng bilihin, paano mo itutulak yung kapayapaan sa Mindanao. marami hong mga polisiya na kailangan himayin at pagandahan tayo ng polisiya.
Aha.
Ganun po dapat.
So dapat ho, siguro, sa 2016, marapat lamang na sabihin natin, yung ihahal nating Vice Presidente ay hindi lamang sa antas na pang Vice Presidente, he is presidential material by itself already.
Dapat
Just in
ulit.
case anything should happen to the President,
He should be ready to assume.
there is a continuity.
Apa.
Hindi ho ba? Mabuti yung malinaw yung sinabi yan dahil alam nyo, yung pang-iisip ng pangmasa kasi parang, hindi, kahit sino pwede na yan. Anyway, hindi naman gagamitin yan. Pang spare tire lang yan. That is the wrong notion which is spreading around. May tanong ko lang po sa inyo. Going over the SONA, pansin nyo, 1 hour 35 minutes. And then, sa demeanor ho ng Presidente, body language, ano masasabi ninyo? Mas mabagal ngayon siya magsalita? Hindi katulad dati na medyo, merong, how would I call it? Mas mabilis yung cadence noon. Ngayon medyo mas malumanay, mas mabagal. Should we read anything into that? Or wala lang? It's par for the course.
Kasama po yun doon
Okay.
sa communication strategy nila na since naghihikayat ka ngayon no mga nagkaroon ng pagdududa,
Oo.
kailangan malumanay, kailangan mas subdued or humble yung approach mo
Okay.
para mabalik mo sila. So it was a conscious effort to win over the public, which is good, ano?
Okay.
And effective kahapon.
Oo.
It was moving, very powerful po yung lalo na yung last segment, yung nilabas niya yung puso niya.
Okay.
Alam nyo nga yung Pilipino, ano yan very sensitive yan, very emotional
Very
yan.
emotional.
They can relate to the pain.
Very
And,
feeling
yeah.
people, yes.
Oh, so I believe he managed to win over a lot of people through yesterday's SONA. But going back, those are words. Ang kailangan ng ating bansa, yung actions that will come after that SONA speech yesterday.
Especially after the tears. Kailangan
Yes.
makita ng tao na
Oo.
pagkatapos lumuha ka, may mangyayari, ano?
Mhm.
That is very important. Were people looking at, and were you expecting anything on the FOI? Parang wala ho yatang nakaligtaan yata yung FOI.
Yun ang observation ng karamihan. Tinitignan natin kung ano ang agenda niya rito. Tapos yun nga sa akin, kasi alam ko yung urgency ng energy crisis. I wanted something...
May power crisis ho
oo.
yata, dadating.
Oo. So, propose nga tayo ng granting of emergency powers.
Mhm.
But I think yung ating presidente naman wanted to take baby steps with this one kasi ayaw niyang maakusahan that he's longing for emergency powers. So he wanted Secretary Pitilla to go around first at magkonsulta bago niya tutuloy yung hakbang na yan.
Sa Senado, tapos na yung FOI eh.
Yes, oo.
Sabi daw ni Congressman Erin Tanyada, mahalaga na lumabas ito sa committee level sa lower house kung talagang seryosong maipapasa ito within this life of Congress. Sa palagay ho ninyo, do you feel optimistic na matutuloy ito?
I believe ipapasa nila yan at the end of their term.
Okay.
Para gagamitin doon sa susunod na administrasyon. Kasi ngayon, masyadong defensive sila eh. They feel exposed and vulnerable. Pagka nagkaroon ng FOI bill, edi yung mga dokumento yan can be used against them.
Oo.
So, yan yung they're worried about that.
Lalo na yung SALN ho yata kasi once the FOI is passed, you're required to come up with a detailed document of your SALN. And I think many of the government employees or officials or officers are required to come up with that, no? Okay. Yung sa peace process yata, may nabanggit ho ba? Or it was just pahapyaw lang yata ang nabanggit?
Ang minimension ni Presidente about the peace process is meron draft law na inaano pa nila, they're scrutinizing before they would pass it to us for the passage of the law. So wala pa sila doon. Apparently may mga nire-resolve pa sila mga